journey from homelessness to the NFL.
Galore. Defensive tackle. Mississippi.
The doctor wasted no time. The first thing he put up was the chest x-ray, which was covered in white spots, and said, you have testicular cancer. On Wednesday, October 2nd, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. The CAT scan revealed that my condition has spread into my abdomen. For now, I must focus on my treatment. However, I want all of you to know that I intend to beat this disease. And further, I intend to ride again as a professional cyclist.
The doctor showed Lance a chest x-ray because the cancer had already spread to his lungs. There were 12 tumors there, the size of golf balls. The cancer had spread, not just to his lungs and abdomen, but also to his brain.
I was in denial. I'm 25 years old, I'm one of the best in my sport, and why would I have cancer?
He had less than a 50% chance of surviving his illness based on the distribution of the disease at the time of diagnosis.
Lance was determined to prove them wrong.
I am determined to fight this disease, and I will win. By them just leaning back in the chair saying, we feel good about this situation. We've seen patients like you before. We've cured patients like you before. That was all I needed.
On Thursday, October 24th, 1996, 3 weeks after he was first diagnosed with cancer, Lance entered the hospital for brain surgery. The surgeon was able to get all of the tumors. The race of Lance's life was just beginning. He faced 3 more rounds of chemotherapy. One way that Lance motivated himself was by continuing to ride during chemotherapy.
This incredible courage inside him. But Lance,
every day that he gets out of bed, he's motivated.
been debating tonight, and that's hat or no hat.
Lance Armstrong had fought back from the brink of death. Now the challenge was how to reclaim his life. The 25-year-old had no idea whether he would race again.
He told me that if he lost 2 or 3%, he was not going to be a force in the cycling world.
Lance's friends convinced him to compete in at least one more race. Coach Chris Carmichael took him to train in North Carolina, where he had raced in the Tour DuPont. The trip brought back the old competitive Lance. He was ready to race again. On July 3rd, 1999, Lance won the first stage of the tour. Everyone was stunned.
It was the most shocking result imaginable because here was this cancer survivor who had sort of clawed his way back into the worldwide standings, but who I don't think anybody predicted to be a real contender for the Tour de France.
They wanted to know how somebody on their deathbed can come back and win the hardest sporting event in the world.
Lance stayed ahead for the rest of the tour. On July 25th, the final day, Lance claimed the win. First person ever to win the Tour de France 6 times. But Lance Armstrong isn't just a winner at racing. He's a winner at living.
Getting cancer and surviving it, coming back from it, and winning the toughest sporting event in the world is something nobody has ever done and never will do again.
And Lance Armstrong came back to win that event not once, but 6 consecutive times, making him indisputably the greatest of all time.
A lot of people just ask me like how I'm able to surf or deal with the media or anything, and all I can say is that God just gives me the strength.
Since Bethany was a little girl,
Her dream was to become a professional surfer. After the shark attack, that dream had seemingly come to an end.
The young surfing star lost her left arm to a shark attack.
She lost her arm, but you know what? She did not lose her courage.
What did it feel like to go back into the water?
Some people said she'd never do it. What about your personal life? You're a teenager.
Do you believe in fate?
2003 was just like every other day. We just went out just to get practice and because we wanted to get good. I was just laying on my board waiting for a wave. My arm was just kind of dangling in the water, and then my other arm was holding the nose of the board. Then all of a sudden, it just I felt like a tug on my board. I looked down and saw that my whole arm was gone.
You know, we didn't hear anything, or all of a sudden, Bethany just goes, I got attacked by a shark, and she started paddling in towards us. I got to the beach. There were some people waiting on the beach because Byron had told them what happened, and they helped me, drag Bethany up on the shore.
We didn't know if she was gonna live or die.
When we saw her, it was just she looked all pale because she lost so much blood, and it was weird seeing her. It was just when we saw each other, we just started crying.
It was heavy though, because she was all bandaged up, and she was just sitting in that hospital bed, and looked like a ghost, so it was great to see her alive, but also kind of just tore you apart to see her in that condition.
I started getting asked to be on a lot of TV shows and do interviews and all that. I just see it as a chance to share my faith and my story and give people that are losing hope in life, give people hope for their life.
Now a 21-year-old competitor in tournaments all over the world, pro surfer Bethany Hamilton has been inspiring people ever since she lost her left arm. Weeks later, got back on her board.
As soon as I got up on my first wave, I knew that I'd be doing it for a long time. I'm just really glad that I can do something bigger than just live my life for myself. Right now, I'm definitely putting a lot towards competitive surfing. Just every day, I eat, sleep, surf, train, so I can get better at surfing. It's great to see that the younger generation is kind of the ones that are almost leading the pack. Each of us have a life purpose in a sense. And I don't think it's always the same thing throughout our entire life. I think it can kind of change as we change as a person. And the shark attack definitely had a huge influence on me, but I don't think it chose my path. But in a way, it's definitely changed my life a lot. And I've been put more in the spotlight, and I'm able to share my story to people, which is really exciting because by sharing my story, each of us have something different that we've been through. By sharing my story, I've been able to encourage people when they're going through rough times. But then at the same time, I've met people along the way that have had amazing stories and have encouraged me.
Everybody in America loves the story of a comeback.
Hope. Inspiration.
I'm here to tell you today, if you got somebody came to my office the other day crying, I said, look, don't cry to give up, cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain, you already hurt, get a reward from it. Don't go to sleep until you succeed. Listen, pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, for an hour, or for a day, monkey.